What's going on, AfterBuzz family? You knocked and we are buzzing you in. It's the finale of Insecure tonight. We've got a birthday, a block party, and a ghost from Coachella's past coming up next.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
I just bought a new grill. Sounding like a new
Fine.
It's fun.
Yo,
it's
it's
fun.
song choice, Drew.
It's a fun song.
Good, Drew. It goes in.
Shout out to Drew. She clutched.
Yeah.
This is how you do a damn finale. Drew, you need a whole Spotify channel.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, and I think you're talented in many, many areas, but I will say that I believe that your musical sense and taste is your best trait.
That's like the best compliment I've ever been given.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, we have made it to the end of Insecure, 8 episodes deep, and we are now at the finale on AfterBuzz TV. I'm your host, McCall Hall. We do have a special guest host in from last week, and we're going to go around.
Louiza Shar.
Louiza Shar.
What's up, guys? It's Drew Jones.
Khaliel Abooboo.
Hey, y'all. It's Mariel Turner.
And we are the panel for Insecure. You guys, we are officially at the end, 2 months in.
Can't believe
We're
it.
done.
I feel like I stay in
quick.
relationships a little bit longer than Insecure was on. I usually give a relationship about 3-4 months. And then stuff be fizzling out. You guys, we are here. First of all, any exciting announcements? What are you guys working on next? This is our last show, just in case you guys want to know where to find them. Any updates?
About to hop on the Black Lightning panel.
Black
so
Lightning?
Be,
That's where you're
Black
headed.
Lightning.
You like
Okay,
the
I
black
see
nerd
you.
stuff?
Huh?
Is it black nerds,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You speaking my language. Hit me on Twitter and Instagram. I talk back, and we'll keep you updated there.
Yeah, y'all. I don't have any panels coming up, but Twitter, Instagram, and I'll keep you posted.
Are you gonna be anywhere?
Yeah, so The Deuce, Monday nights at 9 p.m. Ray Donovan, which is October 28th, and Will and Grace. Oh, one more, House of Cards. So 4.
4 shows.
Yeah, I'm
Nice.
stacked this fall. But Deuce is amazing on HBO. You guys check it out. So.
And if you want to find me in between now and Insecure next season, I'll be at the Marshall School of Business at USC, where I'm at all the damn time.
Nice.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Anyways, you guys, 8 episodes in, final episode, initial thoughts, just throw it out there.
I thought it was good. Not everybody agreed.
Why was that so defensive?
Because not everybody agreed. I had to draw the line in the sand.
It's okay if we disagree. It's a
Chest
panel.
puffed up and
That's right.
everything.
It was just whatever. Like, I wasn't surprised and I wasn't too disappointed. It was like, okay, I see some movement with Issa trying to just get her together, but that's about it. I wasn't too shocked about what happened.
For those of you guys who are listening on our podcast, on iTunes, and all those other places, we just had an air quote. That's when you put the 2 fingers in the air together. That stands for SHIT.
Exactly.
I thought it was good, but lackluster. I was a little kind of underwhelmed. I was
Never
expecting
satisfied.
more. What?
Why? I think we had this critique before that it reflects real life a little too much, and so it kind of makes you're just oh, okay,
Yes.
cool. It wasn't oh my gosh, next season, last season finale, we had a lot of emotions happen.
We
This
had
season,
a lot.
we're okay, cool. See y'all next season.
They set us up, though.
Set us up for what, Khaliel?
Okay. We got Lawrence in New Girl,
Mess.
which is also, yes, so they set us up for some messy situations.
It's always mess.
Yeah, but it's enough with the mess.
It's always
But
mess.
there's actually a tweet that I came across that describes this episode perfectly. It goes Issa at the end of season 1, sad on a couch outside after being dumped.
True.
Issa at the end of season 2, on someone else's couch with no direction and no home.
Damn.
Issa at the end of season 3, on her own couch in her own place making her way. So, shout out to Andrew Hammond.
Let's go.
Amazing. Put it all in
Thank you.
perspective.
It was a good, thank you.
That is a really, really, really
Just a
deep
See how they sold
and
that?
intricate and so observant. Who was that?
Andrew Hammond.
Where's he live?
Oh, I don't know.
If you're in the Hollywood area, Andrew,
right.
we would love to have you come in sometime and join us on this panel.
Yeah.
It's always good to have another perspective. Yes, a damn couch.
Yeah.
So
couch is where everything happens.
So let's take a step back. For anybody here who's 30 or approaching 30, would you want your 30th birthday to be like Issa's?
No.
No. Well, I
Nah.
liked.
And why?
Well, I was just looking at yachts the other day. It costs like $4,000 to rent out a yacht. Because I'm trying to do like how she do in
You're
real life.
funny.
I wanted my little yacht party too, but I ain't got $4,000 for no 30th birthday
I
party.
can get it for you for cheap.
Oh,
There you go.
The plug.
We out here making
The
moves.
USC business mindset.
I think I like that her friends and people that loved her were there for her birthday.
and that's what counts.
I'm gonna be 28 next week, so I'm kind of close,
Soul
getting close to
claps.
30.
Snaps.
But I just think she should have more. She should be progressing more, I think, at her age.
So is that
And-
your complaint? It's not so much how they celebrate it, it's the fact that she's not where you would like to be at 30. And you still got 2 more years to get it figured out.
Not me necessarily. I just feel like for her character, from where we started, I think there should have been a little bit more progression.
Some
for her.
growth.
we just
Some growth.
saw
Yes,
progression.
and I
On
like
her couch.
I like that she's on her own couch. I love that she has her own place and that she's doing it on
Very
her own.
grown woman.
Yes,
She
I
had the
love
glass
that
of
part of
wine and
it.
everything.
But I just think we could have gotten to that a little bit earlier in the season and then had more time to develop other things. Like, I don't think it took a whole season for her to get on her own couch
But
in her
it
own
did.
way.
I gotta say, I'm gonna toss a couple of ditto fingers over there. I have some agreement there. Thank you.
Yeah.
Khaliel, Drew.
No, go ahead.
I'm still processing.
Okay. All right. No, so I do understand your point of growth, but I feel like we did see some growth. Like maybe in the love relationship part, which she didn't do anything wrong with Nathan. I'm not mad at her about Nathan. So that's not her fault.
No. She did that
so
great.
I'm not upset. Like we've seen growth as far as like her living situation and business minded and going after something that means something to her. Hopefully this block party thing happens because it's too hard, I'm gonna quit. And then now she wants to get back on it, so cool. And then the dating thing, I mean, I ain't the one to give no type of advice, so I don't know.
I'm just now kind of realizing that my issue with this season isn't even necessarily Issa, it's Molly. But we can get into that. 'Cause
Oh, yeah.
In my mind, Issa's not really. I'm not really mad at how Issa's doing 30. Like, she is living on her own. She's going after what she actually wants. Like, I can't blame her for not wanting to be in a job that she wasn't happy at anymore. Like, who wants to do
Right.
that? She kind of checked Nathan. She's not necessarily back together with him when he came back.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
And like last season, I could have seen her, putting up with that, and she didn't. So I'm not really mad at her. But Molly did get on my nerves quite a bit
Yes.
this season.
Well, why?
Yes,
Tell
we
me.
want to talk about the fuck up.
Go ahead. I mean,
Molly.
Because
this is the finale. We're just gonna put it out there.
Because Molly is so Molly's like that friend that judges you on everything, but I'm like, girl, your house is burning right behind you, and you're not paying.
Right.
You're too busy paying attention to me, and you out here struggling too. You just have more. Your house is just bigger and nicer, but it's still on fire.
It counts though.
And you dress nicer, but
This
yeah.
other room isn't on fire yet.
German
This other-
engineering is great.
It's like, I don't know, like at the end of the season, we see that like her office doesn't really mess with her. Like, she's burned all these bridges. You could have gotten to the same point had you like been a team player, because I don't know, I just believe like what's mine is mine, and like I'm not gonna sit here and bulldoze over people to get mine, because I know what stood out for me is gonna come to me as long as I work hard towards it. And I feel like Molly's very much like I'm not looking for other people to have seats at the table. I'm worried about my seat at the table. And it's just kind of like...
And she's negative though most of the time. And even Issa noticed with her new friend that she met, she's like, it's so nice to meet someone and just bounce ideas, be positive, because she's not getting that from Molly either recently. So negative.
Now, is it negative or is it realism? Because I think there's a fine line.
I think it definitely goes into negative territory. Like, I think Molly needs to get back in therapy and
Yeah.
and work through that, because she,
Why
like
did her
you said,
ass even leave?
she burns bridges trying to get to the top, and you're not going to get to the top that way. I mean, you may, because Lord knows some people at the top now that are negative. But no one's really going to be there for you. And I think that's what she realized, which is why she called Andrew at the end and apologized. And that's the first time we've ever seen her apologize to anyone, really. So...
Yeah.
At least she'll be, well off. She
just
can,
like-
she can buy new friends.
She can-
Buy new friends. God.
Ugh. She's just so judgy. Like even when she ran into Jared, like she instantly assumed, which I have my whole issue. It's too many seasons past for me to have my issues with the her and Jared thing, but like she just instantly assumed that was his man. That was her.
And I didn't understand that either because, and this is where I am going to agree with you. Why do you always go to like the worst assumption?
Man, she ain't the only one.
But
whoever's at home listening, this is you.
Right. now look, I'm not as hard on Molly as you guys are, but I will agree with you. It's always like you got to go there, right? And even when we found out that his name is Jared, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I always call him Langston.
Jared.
I think his real name is Langston.
Yeah, that's his real name.
But anywho, he said that he had a past experience, way back when. So for you to see him like essentially probably a year or two later, if we're talking about the plot and how it thickens, why would you even assume that? Like that's just dumb to me. I didn't like that at all.
She talking to you.
I didn't like it. And to all the girls like you, like I get it. Like you hear that one thing and that's what you hang on to, but people are so multifaceted. And you have to remember that. You really have to remember that. And that's what makes it hard. So I'm just going to get off on a quick little tangent.
Went to church this morning.
Right.
Take 'em.
This is why, I don't know if you guys have ever heard, like, be careful of what you tell to your friends about the person you're dating. Because they'll hang on to that one little thing. And it's like, he hangs out with his ex. And that's what your friends are always going to remember. Molly's like that person except in her own damn life.
That's true.
That's the only thing that I have an issue with Molly. But I actually like Molly. Obviously, my favorite character is Tiffany. I'm sad we didn't see her tonight.
Yeah.
Shout out to Amanda Seales. So let's talk about meeting up with Lawrence at this Dragon Slayer. What the hell? What was that?
The movie Cemetery thing? They do that.
Yeah,
It's really,
They
it's
do that,
actually
yeah.
really fun.
That's a real thing.
I've been to it once. It's pretty cool.
It's here in LA?
Yeah. It's at
It's fun.
the Hollywood
I thought it was some
Cemetery.
weird white people shit, so I ain't never did it.
No, my
I'm
house
not
is more
watching no
comfortable
movie in
now.
no cemetery.
I want to do it. It sounds fun.
It is fun. You
It's
get to
your
go
birthday.
and
don't
you take blankets and food and wine and you watch a movie and sometimes like people from the movie or whatever come and like they have like a cool photo booth that's based on the movie.
It's good for date night too. It's romantic.
Let me tell you
A
something.
cemetery.
I am open to a lot of different things for date night, but I ain't doing no thriller ass date
You're
night.
not like it's because at first when my friend invited me, I'm not gonna lie, she was white. I was like, we not gonna be on dead bodies, are we? And she was like, no, it's just like a patch, like a field. And I was like, all right, bet I'll come. But at first I was like, are we gonna be laying on like?
Leaning
Yeah,
up
if you're
against
not
somebody's
on the dead
tombstone.
body.
Yeah, no, it's like
Right.
right next to a pond and there's a big empty field and there's no bodies there. They're like over yonder.
No, I'm good. Anybody surprised to hear that Chad's back with his fiance?
No.
No. She gives good head.
Apparently. Allegedly.
Is that what
I feel like Chad is the kind of friend that be fronting like, oh yeah, I'm about to get all the girls and blah 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 blah. But really, he just wants to be with his fiance. So I feel like he was secretly working to get her back the whole season. We just didn't know.
We just didn't know. I think that you're probably right.
I think you're right too, but I low key feel him when he was like, "I'm not about to start over." He
Right.
said that, I was like, "I get it."
Yeah.
I get it.
Because I mean, when you're like 30's not old at all.
It's not.
But when you're at the age and like, because I know I'm getting the pressure from my parents to like, get married and all this stuff now, and I'm like, I'm not there yet. But at 30, like people are putting that pressure on you, and I imagine you don't want to completely start over again. So I get it. But I'm just like, damn.
So you know what? I'm excited for Chad to get back with his fiance because Lawrence needs friends around him that are progressing in life the way I think that men should be progressing, and they need to be that really good influence on him. So I'm happy to see Chad going back to this young lady and vice versa, more so for Lawrence, not even for them.
But I think Lawrence is the good influence on Chad.
Yeah.
Maybe that's
Oh,
what
yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is.
Because I don't know if Chad's progressing or like, because Chad's the one who cheated. It's not necessarily a matter of like, would Chad take her back or not? Like, it's a matter of would she take Chad back or not. So I don't know if I'm like, if I think Lawrence necessarily needs to take like a cue from him, but I do agree that he needs people around him who are like progressing in life, and I don't really think
And
he
I
has
think,
that.
well,
right
he
now.
also reached out to his dad too because he wanted some
Parents
mentoring.
love bringing up the ex.
Yeah, and talking
That's
about.
all they could do.
But it's nice that he still reached out to the dad. Well, to meet him up and ask questions about, mom and dad, how they met. But also, he did mention that he doesn't like a woman with baggage, which I think that's not nice either. Like, there's so many beautiful, amazing divorced women or, women with kids that they still deserve
Well,
a
he
chance.
got the new divorced girl.
Right,
which I hate.
Wait, let's I want to take a step back real
whole-
quick. I want to take a step back real quick and ask Khaliel something about men and their fathers.
There you go, Khaliel.
Yeah,
There you go.
This is why you're here. We fought so hard to get a man on this cast again.
Aww.
So
Well, I can tell you, I ain't grow up with my daddy, so this might ruin your question.
Oh,
Ask your question. What's your question? Ask him. I want to know.
well, you're black. I mean, look,
You
most black
know
men
how
ain't
the
got their
story
daddy,
goes.
so okay.
Sad times.
The government, man.
But is there a male figure when it's like you're starting to feel that urge to want to settle down? Like, is that a conversation when you just call up that male figure, whether it's your dad or uncle or whatever, and they already know like what you're getting at, right? Like are those conversations like normal for guys to have with their pops?
I would believe so. I mean, I've heard that from. This is more like, not speaking for myself, but like hearsay from friends that have that type of relationship with an experienced older male or whatever. So yeah, that's definitely a thing.
Well, we now know why Lawrence had a Jaguar in the first season, I think, or maybe the second season they showed he had a Jag. You can tell his dad is
money.
a very polished individual. They look like they got a little money.
Yeah.
You know what I thought
That's
was
probably his daddy's old Jag. He was like, "Here, son."
You know what I thought was really funny about the conversation, and not so much funny, but I guess I was like, interesting. He says his mom was like, he's like, well, you and mom were like so easy. Like, you guys just fell in love, and his dad was like, you think your mom was easy? Like,
Right.
no,
It
because I
takes
feel
work.
like, I feel like,
work.
and this is just my opinion, so I'm not gonna say all men or whatever, but the men I've come into. Because people ready to fight in the comments.
And that's the thing. Like, we
The
say
men
stuff,
that
look.
I have come into contact with always want you to be like their mama, but their mama is going to have a different relationship with them than they are supposed to have with someone they're trying to be with. Your mama like raises you and is there to nurture you and blah blah. I'm not your mama. I'm not trying to raise you. I'm not trying to make you a man. Your mama was there for that.
Isn't there a Kelly Price song?
Wait, but-
I ain't your mama, I'm your girl. Or
Well,
something?
let's ask Khaliel. So when you date a woman, do you want my question? Do you want her to kind of resemble the nurturing your mom gave you, or something similar to that?
I mean, to an extent, not like the full. No, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, that's what my mom is for. But I mean, yeah, you want somebody to like care for you and look out for you.
Yeah, but I think sometimes they're looking for the qualities
Yeah.
that are more servicing, like not in a weird way, but like mom's
Cooking,
like
cleaning,
yeah,
cleaning up after them.
I think the difference is like with your mom, right? You don't ever really see the struggles your mom goes through.
Facts.
You do, but you don't. Not in the same way that you see everything the woman you're dating deals with, because your mom is gonna like keep some shit to herself. And
Exactly.
so that's never gonna. You're just gonna like see her and like this is this magical entity who gets shit done.
So here's a random plug. Like I said, I'm a really big fan of Amanda Seales. I love Tiffany on the show. I think she's dope in real life.
Yeah.
She has a great podcast, Small Doses, with Amanda Seales.
I like it.
And she was talking about how a lot of our parents dealt with the same BS that we are dealing with. The thing is, they didn't have 140 characters to talk about it, right? Like,
Oh, that makes me so sad. You're so right.
no, like a lot of our parents.
No, like I mean, that's the word.
I'm gonna need you to get up.
Oh my God, that is so true. Yes, like my mom dealt with F-boys too. Like,
Well,
my daddy is the F boy.
I just said that earlier.
if you know anything about your family history, like if you really talk to people in your family, you will know that every generation, your mamas, your grandparents, your great grandparents have all dealt with BS.
right.
Like,
So, but Amanda Seales talked about that on her podcast, because I guess she had like a whole like YouTube thing about F-boys, and when her mom heard it, her mom was like, "That's exactly your father."
well,
So
I need to watch that one.
yeah, if you guys get a chance, tune in to Small Doses with Amanda Seales. Last thing I want to mention about Lawrence's dad. So he asked specifically about Issa, and for the guys that I've dated, like I can win over a mom and dad in a heartbeat, right? And I think that sometimes like your parents know like who they would like to see you with,
Yes,
and they will bring it up. And
All the
you know, like here's my thing. Here's my thing about Lawrence's dad.
Stop it.
He knew that they had broken up.
He knew.
Did he though?
He knew.
He
No,
knew.
he was aware that they were not together, but he brought her back up because maybe Lawrence's dad secretly really wants them to get back together.
I think so.
I felt that vibe too.
Yeah,
And this
I
could be
kind of felt that.
this could
vibe.
be Insecure. This could be the show. They could be Corey and Topanga. Who
Yeah,
knows?
where it's like they're together.
They're like the
Break
black
up.
version. I don't know. 30-year-old black version.
If I could give you 2 points for that Boy Meets World reference, I would definitely give you 2 points. So let's move on. So at this Dragon Cemetery Park, something rather, Issa meets a young lady that put the event on, and it was like divine timing, right? And something that I've been learning recently about just entrepreneurship in general, sometimes that perfect co-founder that you need will just appear to you. It's not somebody that you know, it's somebody that you just need at that moment. So here's the real question. Does Issa need her more, or does Lawrence need her more?
Well, Issa clearly.
Because there's
Issa.
because at some point I'm making an assumption here, and you know what happens when you make an assumption, but I will make one. This young lady, she's gonna find out that Issa and Lawrence know each other. They used to date, and granted they're like on good terms now, but still, I think it's kind of weird. So for those of you guys who missed it, Lawrence met the founder of this event that they went to, and now she's gonna help Issa with her block party. Well, at some point, I'm assuming next year, they're going to have to come to grips with the fact that either you can work with her or you can F me. So,
See, this is the thing. This is like a plot point that I actually don't like at all, because I feel like I want to see Issa progress in her career and have a business partner who's another woman and be able to work together to put it together without Lawrence drama coming into it, and I just feel like it's unnecessary.
Always there lingering.
Of all the men in LA and all the women in LA, somehow they both end up dating. I don't know. I just don't think it's necessary. I don't see why.
So I need to just piggyback on hers before I forget, because I'd like to give you guys a chance to talk about that. But I just want to say, I don't want to see that moment when Issa finds out, right? Because she's making all these strides, and it's like, damn. Every time I take a step forward, there's something of my past to like slap me in the face. I don't want that for her. I really don't want it. But, you know, that seems to be the theme around here.
Thoughts?
It's hard out here, man. You gotta. She like you. You gotta go with it. It's hard out here.
Lawrence has done nothing
I'm not
wrong.
mad at Lawrence.
This is one time.
I'm not mad at Lawrence.
I don't think.
It's not one
Put the
time.
camera on me
Lawrence
right
hasn't
now.
Really done.
Put the camera on me right now. I just want it to be known. I have been hard on Lawrence in the past. But this is one time that I am team effing Lawrence. Go, Lawrence, go.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's an issue that he's dating her, and I don't think it's an issue that Issa's working with her. I just don't want it to be an issue at all. Like, I don't think it should be an issue.
It don't have to be.
It doesn't have to be, and I
But
feel like
it will, though.
But
It
they're
will.
gonna make it one, and I
Yeah.
don't think it should be one, but they're gonna make it one.
And I think they've been like placing these little hints, right? So Lawrence comes and gives her the candy, and he's like, "Happy birthday!" And then she's looking at him when he walks away, and they're having all these
cute.
all these cute little moments.
Issa is still, she's still hanging on a little bit.
A little, but I
Sure.
also think
Every woman does.
I also think Lawrence is kind of involved in the hanging on too, like just some of his behavior on the coffee date and like coming
can't be
over.
nice.
He's
I don't know.
the corny
He's
nerd
being more
jokes.
than
Yeah.
nice.
It was a box of candy.
But
How many boxes of candy you giving out to your ex?
You see,
Exactly.
listen, you see your ex out and about, and she cheating on you, and you're gonna go bring her some candy.
and sit down and talk to her.
But
like, oh,
y'all
how's
just
it going?
he just being nice
Now I
on
know
her
what
birthday.
now I know what you're gonna send her first in your
Exactly.
cell phone.
Oh my God.
You guys missed it.
That's hilarious.
We have outtakes.
But yeah, I'm really kind of my level for the mess and insecure. I feel like I'm reaching that level. So it's like, I just want to see, I just want to see the progression without like, oh, now Issa's business partner is dating Lawrence and there's a mess there and now she's upset and Lawrence is not exactly sure. I don't need all that.
I just don't like the triangle. I think Lawrence should be left out from Issa's life right now for a while.
I completely. I don't mind
like-
I would
Lawrence
agree
being
with
on
that.
this show.
Just
I don't.
the yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind Lawrence being on the show. But to your point, but that is that is the makeup of every character on this show. There is a triangle. Like, no one character can exist without two agitators.
Low key, that is Black LA. Low key.
Oh,
That's fair.
Low key.
Is it?
Is it? Yeah, I was going to say, that's not been my
Low
experience.
key.
I've been here almost
Black
10
LA.
years.
You
Like,
guys
I
all
don't know.
like date each other, kind of like
Not
that.
dating each other,
Not
but
dating
at least like
but you do
know.
run into.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's like I've gotten to peep it a little bit more in the last couple months, but there's always someone who knows someone that
and
you
then
know.
you like, oh, you
And,
know
like,
so and so, and
or-
then Instagram tells all.
I know,
So-
right? Like this one's following this one. Like,
yeah,
they know
like,
each other.
oh, you know, how you know that?
Like I
That-
just met someone the other night who knew you, and I was like, how do you know? I'll tell you
see?
later.
This is my approach to it. This is why I date men of different backgrounds, and I won't date black back to back because then you run into that. So like I can
Black
be black
back to
like
back.
every 3 or 4 boos.
I love you. Like,
because I just try to keep that separation. I don't want to be dating somebody you might know. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
Just my approach. Just my
Fair, that's
approach.
fair.
But did you guys also feel that when Lawrence found out that Chad is back with his wife, he kind of had a different outlook on him and Issa at that moment? Oh, you reconnected after you cheated on her. Did you feel that too?
Yeah.
I didn't, but that's a good point.
Yeah.
I feel
Good
like he
point.
toys with it in his head.
Because he kept
but
on asking.
won't.
Yeah. He's like, what? You're back?
I felt it, but I tried to ignore it.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I think he
I rebuke it.
toys with the idea.
Yeah, I everything you're saying. I mean, I saw the foreshadowing, but
Yeah.
I'm like, I just hope that they don't go down that road.
I said that's not for us.
That's not that right there.
Thank
that's
you.
for you. That's for you. Not
Like,
That's
I would
your
be here for it if that's what they want to do. But I just don't
Right.
want it to be like, well, first he's going to date the business partner, and then it's going to be all this
I don't
mess,
want-
and be tears,
yeah.
and going to break up. And then, like,
I don't want this to be the Black Ross and Rachel.
exactly. Like, let it happen
that's
or let
a
it
good-
not
yeah.
happen.
Ross and
Rachel,
Ross and Rachel
from
from
Friends.
Friends.
The Black Ross and Rachel.
Oh, that show that came out after Living Single, and then they mirrored Living
Yes.
Single, and then they got all this press.
Yes,
that one.
Friends.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Living Single was first, by the way,
It was.
And
It
better.
was better.
and it was much
And
better.
you can watch it now, and it's
On
still not
Hulu.
problematic. But we're not gonna go
I
down that
haven't
road.
seen Living Single. I will have to check that out.
What?
Don't
Yes.
judge me.
You should check
After
it
I
out.
let you
Okay.
come here tonight.
I'm admitting I have not seen that.
I was gonna pass over it and just be like, okay, cool.
Okay, let's move on. A blast from Coachella's past.
Lord.
The ghost with the most.
Oh yeah, I was very
Nathaniel.
happy to get an answer.
Nathaniel.
Was he
You know,
an
I
answer,
have
though?
no.
There wasn't no damn. Okay, so
Okay.
let's just break down what happened.
I was about to
Number
say.
1, Molly spots this gentleman with a set of flowers from Ralph's or something like that, wanting to go.
She did the right thing. She did the right
No,
thing.
she did
thought.
not. I will
I
talk about
agree.
it. Nope.
Okay, why not?
Shows up, and Molly spots him and stops him in his tracks. Number 1, do we agree with Molly?
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
Very
am I
nice
the
friend.
only one? No.
What-
I think as a best friend, someone that, knew that Issa had legitimate feelings for Nathan, she should have at least told her. Said, hey, you know what? Nathan's here. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to get rid of him, or do you want me? Because as a woman,
Nah.
you need some kind of closure. I know it was her birthday coming up, but for me as a woman, I know I would have wanted my best friend to say, oh my God, Lou, he's downstairs.
But closure isn't always talking to that person
And-
face to
Well,
face.
And
doesn't matter.
Not on that day. Not
Yeah.
like this is
Yes.
her day.
Yes.
It's like
That's my
That's
opinion.
exactly
It's
like
that-
it's because it was her
her
birthday.
birthday.
She
But did you
specifically
see?
said,
Okay.
No drama.
I want a drama-free birthday.
Did you see
So-
how
She did the
upset
right
Issa
thing.
got? But did you see how upset
Okay.
I
Issa
do,
got?
and I
I was
understand
right.
it because when you're dating or involved or emotionally connected
you
to
wanna
a
know
guy
what
that's
happened.
probably not good for you, you're like,
You want
I don't wanna talk
answers?
to him.
You wanna
Right,
know
you
what
want
happened?
answers, but
But she did the
I
right
don't
thing.
think she was
This is
wrong.
kind of like
Yeah.
Sex in the City. Big. No,
You mean
know what-
Girlfriends?
I didn't watch that one.
You know, but you
No
know
more
which
TV
part?
references from
I'm
that.
sorry. An all-white reference.
I didn't watch
Sex
that
in the
one.
City.
I like it too.
You
I
know
like it.
which
I
part,
saw, the, I
right?
saw the movie. Does that count?
Miranda and Carrie when they're eating. I'm sorry. I'm
But this is my thing though. Molly could tell her, but not on that day. I agree. But also, like, Issa was making strides. Like, I would hope that if one of my girls saw someone who significantly hurt me and wasn't good for me, trying to do whatever and reach out and blah, blah, blah. If they were able to intercept it, I would hope they'd intercept it. I want you to tell me, but not on my birthday when I'm having a good time and trying to be carefree.
But here's where it comes down to trust.
Agree.
And this is why I'm not mad at Molly. And this is, all of you guys made points that I agree with, but I just want to kind of give my 2 cents on this. Number one, going back to season number 1, Molly and Issa came to blows about them not being honest with one another, right? And looking out for one another. So in my opinion, I actually think that what Molly did was looking out for Issa.
Yeah.
Number 2, Issa, looking at it, it was what, 2-3 weeks with Nathan, and he was gone for a month? You've been gone longer than we were talking. And if I'm a friend and I know that, why in the hell would I let you mess up her birthday?
Exactly.
Hell, you weren't even talking to her more than a week or 2. And you've been gone for a month. Hell, at this point, your phone has been cut off. If you don't pay your phone for 30 days, it's done.
And it's not like it was Lawrence or somebody she dated long term.
Right.
You had that history, and it's like, I should probably let her know that he's here. This is a Negro you're talking to. Like you said, for 2 or 3 weeks, he's been gone for a month. I mean, maybe she could have said, not today, sorry, it's not happening, but I will let her know.
Yeah, maybe she could have given some assurance,
right.
hey, when the time's right, I'll definitely make sure that she knows that you came
Right.
by. But it's her
today.
birthday. You know what I mean? Like, but here's the other thing. Friends are supposed to do that. I pray to God that we actually have a scene on this show where Issa gets married. I would love to see that, right?
Yeah.
I pray to God that it's not Lawrence. And
Daniel?
I pray, or Daniel, or any of those people from her past. But I pray to God that if any of them show up on her wedding day with some F stuff, that Molly will intersect.
Molly Wop.
Molly Wop.
I have another tweet by Shauna Stewart. She said, God grant me the confidence of a man to ghost for 1 month and then show up unannounced.
That is some confidence.
That's a lot of...
That is some confidence. That is definitely some confidence.
Right.
I'm not mad at Molly, and then I also like how, even though I think his explanation needed more depth to it, I think it was hinting towards depression or some type of mental illness. And I did like that they, because, Black people go through that too, and it needs to be talked about.
Wow.
They don't have therapists in LA? Because I have
But
a great one.
I don't think that was an excuse for what he did.
Okay.
But I'm glad they brought up mental health.
Adding to that, another tweet, I just screenshotted it. Sorry, I just have to say it. Bree said, I honestly think Nathan had a depressive episode, and if that's the case, I'm glad they're bringing this into the show because men's mental health matters.
Yeah,
okay,
but
and that's fair. And to her point, my response would be, why didn't you guys just come out and have him say that I'm battling with severe depression? Because I think that would have been the more appropriate way to introduce it.
A couple of things with that, though. One, mental health isn't taken seriously in the Black community, especially with Black men. And so it's not
so
something
hurtful.
that's even, talked about, really, at all. Or even, there's not a name on it. It's always, just pray that away. And
That's
then
so true,
on
Drew.
top of
Oh my
that,
God.
therapy isn't something that's accessible to a vast majority of the country. So that even though I am fortunate enough to have a therapist, I can't I don't want to. I almost got mad, but I was like, no, a lot of people don't have access to this because so it's
They ain't got Obamacare?
But I mean, a lot of people.
I don't know.
I'm just assuming that everybody has. A lot of people don't know how to go about having that, and a lot of people also feel like that they're weak or that they don't think that their disease is strong enough or that they're just sad and they're gonna get through it.
Especially men,
because in the Black community we hold Black men up to a really high standard of masculinity, and so having any emotion like that is often kind of frowned upon, and it's sad. And I'm glad that they're, even though it was frustrating watching him talk about it, because I've been in that situation, having someone talk to me and be like, what are you doing? I get it, and I have empathy for the situation.
So here's why I'm mad at Issa, just to go back. Does anybody remember season 1 when Daniel showed up at the benefit and she asked Molly, go run interference for me because I don't want Daniel and Lawrence to. So you ask her to do it when it's convenient for you, but now all of a sudden you getting mad? And she has known you for long enough. She knows what's good and what's bad for you. I still don't like the fact that Issa went off on Molly. That was effed up.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, I think that she had a right to feel how she felt about it.
Yeah, I get how she felt.
Yeah, I get how you felt. And it's also one of those things that just because it's the best for you doesn't mean it's what you want. So sometimes you want things that are not what's best for you, and I think that might have been the case. And I also think she had a good point where, she's like, Molly, I'm not like you. You be cutting people off left and right, burning bridges, and she's a different kind of woman, a different kind of person. So I think it was fine for her to be in her feelings about it, but I do think ultimately Molly did the right thing.
Yeah.
But to add to that, I think also Issa was upset with Molly for other reasons other than that. She didn't feel the support as a best friend about her outdoor party thing. That's why she's kind of more closer to this other girl, right?
It does kind of come off sometimes like Molly's very like, I know what's best for your life, and like if you don't get my support from it, you shouldn't do it. And I do kind of feel like Issa's getting like frustrated with that.
I do hear that. I will say that I can be that friend sometime, and this is a transparent, very transparent show. I think when you have friends that in your eyes and mine are underachieving, you're always going to try to steer them to stability. I can be guilty of that, but that's just because we want you to stop asking us for money.
Okay.
Okay,
Right.
that's what it is. I want you to stop asking to live on my couch.
The other side of that, though, is that this is about men, and Molly's just as bad with men as Issa is. They are equally bad. So it's not like she has, like, oh, she's married, she's, really perfected, healthy relationship. Like, no, Molly doesn't know about any of that
Issa
either,
made
really.
one mistake. Molly is a perpetual.
No, she's saying that's what she's saying. She's saying that Molly like doesn't have room to talk because like
exactly.
Before you jump down her damn throat.
He was ready to fight.
Before you jump down
this is going to be the one time I get to take up for Issa. But
You Lawrence Hyde people are so aggressive.
This is one time where, look, I am Lawrence Hyde. I hope Lawrence deserves to be happy just like Issa. Why do they have to be happy with the same girl?
I like Lawrence.
We should have played.
Like I don't.
We should have played Usher in. Oh, but it's R. Kelly.
Which one?
Same girl.
Same
Same girl. Yeah. Classic. Anywho, so we are running short on time. So I do want to go around. Obviously, there is no prediction for next episode, but highs, lows of the season. What did you love about the season? Not dislike. Anything. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Your favorite episode this season, and what are you looking forward to next season, starting with you?
Okay, favorite episode. Ooh. I think the baby shower episode. I saw growth between the friends, between the women, and they realized that, okay, Tiffany's having a baby and she's going to start this whole different life. Molly kind of letting go of Drew in that situation by meeting Candace or, seeing Candace and all of that. And I think...
What are you looking forward to for next year?
Let me think. The ending of the season just showed me that Issa is trying to really get everything together in her life. Like, we see her kind of organizing her apartment and all of that, right? And being on her couch versus other people's. I think for me, it just shows like she quit her job. She's following her passion with the music and stuff. And I think she's going to start dating someone else and not Nathan. So I'm hoping to see growth for Issa, I guess. With less mess, I think.
Less mess and honestly less men. She don't always have to be booed up.
Yeah,
it's okay to be damn single. Mm-hmm. What are you thinking, darling?
My favorite episode was Coachella, the Coachella episode, because because I loved just like it was fun. It was just like the four of them goofing off. It gave me all of it gave me all the fun like Black sitcoms that we've like grown up on, like Girlfriends and Living Single. Like it was that type of girl power, and I just really enjoyed seeing all four of them. And then next season, I just want to see Issa get passionate about something. And we've seen sparks of it this season, but I just want to see her like full force go in. So
passionate over profit, not penis.
Yes.
Penis ain't going nowhere. I can
put that on my
gravestone. That penis will go nowhere.
Penis will always be available. That is true.
It's true.
Your cell phone tells us.
In the camera roll.
That is true.
I have 3 pictures on this phone. But anyway, no, Coachella was easily the best. Stop it.
I thought you meant like I was sure if you meant in general.
But no, I still want this Molly, Dro, Candace. I still want that altercation.
So you feel like we haven't had closure with Molly and Dro?
Yes.
Okay.
I want it.
Okay.
Favorite episode, most definitely Coachella. I agree with all of you guys. I love seeing the group together. I love seeing the girls and just having fun. Like, not in the mess and the drama and the men. Like, ugh. I just like the fun. So that was my favorite.
Show about mess.
Next season, I would love to see Issa get passionate about her career and focus on that and what makes her happy. And I would either like to see the Lawrence Issa thing become just friends or back together and none of this gray. Can we just avoid the gray with old girl?
It's
Like,
not gray right now.
no gray with old girl. I don't want any gray.
Fair.
It's very black and white.
I have to agree with you that the baby shower episode, in my opinion, was the best. But the tail end of the Coachella episode set that up for me being the best. When Tiffany said, "I don't know if this will ever be the same," and then them going into that episode and the baby shower, there was just a lot of good, relatable things that happened during the baby shower episode. And I personally think that this show is best when it is ensemble style, right? When they're doing episodes that are just Issa, just Molly, it loses its luster. I hope that next season they do incorporate Tiffany more. And hell, we only saw Kelly 2 or 3 episodes out of
Yes.
which is
gem
crazy
of the
to
show.
me.
Just messing with her F-boys right and left. Like
we need more Kelly. We need more Tiffany. We need them to be back together as friends, because I say this all the time. This show started out, and this is from Issa, not from me. She said the show's about exploring the friendship of Black women, and I think we've gotten away from that over the course of this season.
Worried about boys.
Exactly.
Why you sound like my grandma?
Khaliel.
Worried about boys, and we've gotten away from what this show was supposed to be about, and that's the exploration of Black female friendship. So that is my hope for next year, that we get back to the root of this show. Like I said, we'll be around. If you guys need to get in contact with us, you can hit us up on social media. You can find me at McCall Hall of Fame on Instagram. Where can they find you?
Louiza Shar on Twitter and Instagram.
And you guys can find me on all the things at OKDrewJ.
Khaliel Abooboo, Twitter and Instagram at Khaliel Abooboo.
You can find me at Mariel_Turner.
And of course, you can always find us at AfterBuzz TV across the board. Hey, be safe out there. We'll probably see you in like 2019. Take care.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.